Kilimanjaro, the highest point in Africa and the world's tallest freestanding mountain. So it's day one. I've just finished lunch. I ate a lot of food, so I'm incredibly full. I've drank so much water, but so far it's been lovely. The guide is wonderful and all of the team seem wonderful as well, so that's really, really good. We had to drive about 2 hours and 45 minutes to get to where we are now, which is the start of the Rongai route. And it was an absolutely beautiful drive because there's so many different landscapes along the way and you get to see lots of cultivation that's going on. And it's nice to be back in Africa actually, or Tanzania specifically, because last time when I was here it was one of the best trips of my entire life, and all of the people are just so kind in Tanzania, and I'm just feeling really grateful to be here. The sun is shining, although there are quite a few clouds, so it could rain. I've got my poncho, I've got my rain trousers ready just in case it does, but so far so good, which is exactly what we need. If it doesn't rain, I would be absolutely stoked because it's rainy season, and if we can manage to get through this without too much rain, I'm going to be super happy. Let's see how it goes. When you come away, and I can't escape, I get blown away. When you come my way, when you come away, and I can't escape, I get blown away. When you come my way, when you come my way. So I've just arrived at the first camp, which is Simba Camp, and as far as I knew, we were going super slowly. And just 2 minutes before we got to the camp, my guide was like, we haven't been going slowly, just so you know. I thought, oh my gosh, and we turned around the corner and we were at camp, and it had only been 1 hour and 45 minutes, and it was meant to take between 2 and 3 hours. But my friends at home always tell me that I hike really quickly, so I really was making this conscious effort to go incredibly slow, and obviously not slow enough. So tomorrow, I've told the guy to just tell me to go slow whenever I'm going, too fast. And I'm going to bring out my hiking poles so I can really make myself go slower as well. But very excited. The guys have set up tents and a tent for food, a tent for a toilet. And my tent's massive. I don't think I've been in a tent that big just for myself ever before, which is really nice. It's got a mattress and all of that sort of thing. And it seems kind of ridiculous because I've got I think 6 or 7 people that are doing this all to kind of get me up the mountain. It is amazing watching them carry everything up. They just whiz past you with things on their head and things on their back, and you think, here I am, just with my tiny little backpack with a few litres of water in it. And it really makes you realise just how much you need to be appreciative of what they're doing, because it's an incredibly hard job. And yeah, I asked if I could help with any of the tent putting up or anything that I could do, and they said no, they like to do it themselves. So I'm now just sitting around. I'm going to start reading a book, and I don't really know what else because I'm here alone. I'm hiking with just myself and the crew, which is fine with me because I've downloaded about 6 or 7 books, so I'm going to start racing through those. I'm very excited. And yeah, it was a really easy day today. That hike was just like a little walk in the park, but the Rongai route is known for being fairly straightforward and fairly flat. So far it's living true to its word, but tomorrow, got to go pole, which is slowly. And I can't escape, I get blown away when you come my way, when you come my way. Good morning. So it's the beginning of day 2. I slept really nicely in my tent. Took a little while to get to sleep, but once I did, I was feeling great. What's beautiful about this camp is that you can see Kilimanjaro on one side, and on the other side, you can see that you're above the clouds, which is really lovely. Really enjoyed that. You get woken up with some fresh tea, and I'm about to have some breakfast. Unfortunately, for some reason my tent was leaking last night, and as it's rainy season, we did end up having rain. So that wasn't that enjoyable, but not much leaked. It just meant that everything's slightly damp. And now I'm thanking myself that I put everything into Ziploc bags. So whoever's YouTube video I saw that in, thank you. So day 2, it should be about 2 to 3 hours if I take it slowly, which I need to. And then when we get there, we have a nice rest. And then we go on another little hike just to acclimatise. So exciting times. Day number 2, just finished our hike about an hour ago. I managed to go very, very slow, which was perfect. So that took about 3 hours, which was very nice. And now just sitting down for some carrot soup. The weather has held up really well. We had lovely sun the whole of our journey with some nice breeze. But it looks like it could rain very, very shortly. So we will see how that goes. But anyway, day 2, again, very easy hike. But you can definitely tell that you're getting higher because the air is not as... It's hard to explain, it's harder to breathe. It's not hard, but you can tell that you need to take more effort to actually breathe. So I can imagine that as we go even higher, that's going to become even more impactful. Anyway, yes, day number 2. I'm so tired, I did not sleep at all, but I'm excited for another day. For some reason I just kept waking up, and it was so cold as well. As you can see, Kilimanjaro is behind me. I could go shopping with the bags under my eyes, as you can see, but I'm still really excited. So they took my pulse last night, and apparently I'm doing fine, which is ideal. Good to be doing well. You can't really tell the difference with the altitude at this point. For me, I'm not feeling it. The only thing I would say is when you're in your sleeping bag, you can hear your heart more than you ever would when you're at home in your nice comfy bed. And it was really cold last night in my sleeping bag. I was layering up with to no avail. So I was trying my best. I'm now having a nice hot chocolate. Good way to start the morning. And during the night I woke up and I thought, oh my gosh, we don't have summit trousers. Did we pack summit trousers? I thought maybe it's just a dream. And then this morning I opened my bag and I looked inside, and the dream became a nightmare when I found there are no summit trousers in the bag. So I'm going to bring that up this morning and find out what happens now, because obviously don't want my legs to freeze off during the summit. I'll let you know how that goes later. Anyway, have a good day wherever you are in the world, and I'm going to have a good day here, ready for the next hike, which is just a short one at just 2 hours. So, lovely. So, update on the summit trousers. Turns out because I had enough layers, they decided against the summit trousers, because if you have too many layers, then you sweat, and that then freezes, and then you get frostbite. So, that's not too fun. Anyway, another fun fact is that we're now above the clouds, which is lovely. When you look out, all you can see is clouds. Super grateful for good weather again today, because so far we've not had rain on any of the treks, and as you can see, not a cloud in the sky. So another lovely day. Here we go. So it's nearly the end of day 3, and it was, as I said earlier, a fairly simple hike. And we've just done another walk, which was to go up another 150 meters, I think, around 150 meters, just to acclimatise a bit. And we got to stop by the most beautiful little stream that's running down the mountain, and you could just hear just the water, and it was so peaceful and enjoyable to listen to. And now I'm back at camp. I'm waiting for dinner. It's going to be about 20 minutes, so I'm just reading a book. Now, when I came to Kilimanjaro, I thought, I'm going to have loads of time because, you know, the hikes are just like 2 or 3 hours. But I have only just finished my first book, and it's only about 200 pages long. It's super short, and it's because when you get up, you then eat, then you do your hike, then you get here, then you sleep, then you eat, then you walk, then you come back, then you eat, then you sleep, and then you wake up and then do the same thing again. So really you don't get much time to read, you don't get much time to do anything other than kind of like just chill out and relax. It's been really nice to be away from a computer for like 3 days. I know it's only like 3 or 4 days, but for me with my job, I'm on the computer all the time. So it's been really nice to have less screen time, and really nice to be able to just think, have no notifications popping up all of the time, have no emails flying in or messages, or looking at Instagram to see what stories people have put up. It's nice to just not really think about any of that and just be. And so we're really lucky again. I know I've said this so many times, but we have not had rain during any of our hikes, and we've only had one kind of like hour of rain in the whole time that I've been here. So as you can hear, it's raining quite heavily. It's starting to get heavier, but luckily the rain is happening when we're in bed, not when we're hiking, so that's the best we can hope for. Just finished dinner and really excited to sleep because last night, as you know, I didn't sleep very well, and now I'm going to hopefully have a really good sleep. I'm layering up with lots of things, and one tip I would say for Kilimanjaro is the best thing you can bring is a pee bottle. In the middle of the night, you've kind of like managed to get some warmth because it's really cold in the evenings, and the worst thing you can even imagine doing is getting up and going for a wee. So when you have a pee bottle, you can just pee in the bottle, get back into your sleeping bag and stay warm. And for the girls, you can just get a she-wee or whatever they're called. But I really think it's like the best decision ever because I've been using it each night, and it's kept me warmer than going out into the wilderness. Although I filled it one night, so I had to go out and empty it and then use it again, which was not as fun. Anyway, good night. I'll see you in the morning for day 4. I asked my guide, what is the worst experience that you've had on Kilimanjaro? And he said that a few years ago, he was going up on summit night, and it was very, very heavy snow. And when it's heavy snow, you really need to stick to the small trail that everyone else has followed, because the snow can be very, very slippery. And he said to the woman that he was with, you need to follow me step for step. Every step, even if it's for 7 hours, you need to follow me step for step. And as she took one step, she didn't follow his footsteps. She went to the right, and the snow fell beneath her, and she started just sliding down the mountain. Her hiking poles threw away, and he said that in that moment he just thought, oh my gosh, she's gonna die. But for some reason, something stopped her, and it took them like 1 hour to really slowly get to her. She had to stay exactly still because where you are at that point in the summit is very steep, and they had to kind of manage to pull her back up. It was really scary to hear, but just wanted to say that story. It's day 4, and today was a hard day. We were uphill the entire time, and we gained so much elevation compared to all of the other days. The rest of the days were fairly like flat with a gentle incline. Today, we literally went uphill the entire time. They made me practice using hiking poles, which made me feel like an old man just hobbling along, but they were actually good because you need to use them on summit night. But I am so tired after today. Today was probably the hardest day so far. As I think I've said already, it was uphill continuously. But we just got back from a lovely evening walk, as we do every single day, at around 5. We went up a really, really high peak, and then we got to see Mount Kilimanjaro in all of its splendour. And also behind me is Mount Mwenzi, which looks... it's like Kilimanjaro's little sister. It's like jagged with lots of points, and people climb that as well. And so, as you can see, I've got my neck scarf on with a hat, and that's because when we went up the hike, it was absolutely boiling. The sun was beating down. I thought, oh no, I'm going to get sunburn. And then all of a sudden, the weather completely changed, and now it is freezing. My hands feel like they're going to fall off, and I've got this on just to protect myself from the wind. Today, also, my guide suggested that I took one Diamox tablet. Diamox is a pill that you can take in order for your red blood cells to absorb oxygen more quickly. And the reason that's great is because up here it's really hard to get oxygen to your lungs, into your blood and around your body. But actually, from yesterday, my heart rate and my oxygen had improved, so that was a really good sign. I think I may be getting used to the altitude. I've had no kind of signs of altitude sickness yet. I've had a bit of a headache, but it goes as soon as I have a nice lunch. I think I've said that before. And yeah, I'm feeling great. Tomorrow is the big day, so we have a 7-hour hike during the day. Then we get to the base camp. Then we have dinner. Then we go to sleep for about 4 to 5 hours, and then we wake up and it's time to go up the summit. So I'm super, super excited. Like, it's been amazing so far. The weather has been holding up. It's been sunny in the day. The breeze has been beautiful. So I'm really hoping that tomorrow it's the same, and that the hike up the summit is also brilliant as well. So that's my little check-in for day 4. Tomorrow's going to be a really long one, but I'm ready. I really think I can do this. The wind tonight is absolutely insane, so having to layer up in bed. And I also meant to say, and I'm saying it now so I don't forget, on this route so far we have met no other people hiking the mountain. It's just been me and the crew, which has been really nice. But tomorrow we arrive at base camp, so we'll be meeting people then. Good night. Good morning. It's day 5. It was so windy last night, I honestly thought that we were going to get blown all the way to the summit or potentially end up in the Wizard of Oz. The tent was nearly like flying around, and the food tent was doing the same, so it was absolutely crazy, but eventually got to sleep, and now it is the big day, so we have a really long hike today. So, just arrived at base camp. That walk felt like it went on forever and ever. From about 1 hour into the walk, you could see the base camp, and then you just kept going and going and going and going, and you almost thought, will it ever come? It was like an oasis in the desert. But I'm here. Now I'm going to have some lunch. I'm absolutely starving, which is one of the first times, but I'm happy because one of the symptoms of altitude sickness is losing your appetite, and I most certainly have a very big appetite still. So we'll have lunch, sleep, have dinner, sleep, get up at midnight and climb, climb, climb. I'm so excited. I'm going to get up this mountain. I have every faith that I'm going to get up there. I just need to take it slow, step by step, and remember that if your mind says you can do it, then your body will follow. I really believe it. So here we go. It's summit night. I managed to sleep. And now I've got to get all my clothes on, and then the climb begins. I'm so excited. I'm so happy I managed to sleep. It took me forever to get there, but now time for a little tea and a snack. Just got to layer up. See you at the top, I hope. So here I am at Uhuru Peak, and this is one of the hardest things I've ever done. I thought my legs were going to fall off at one point, but I'm so happy I made it. It's so high. The view here is beautiful with glaciers, and the sunrise was gorgeous, orange breaking through the clouds. And really, getting up here just takes making your mind to say, I can make it, I'm gonna do this, I know there's a way, because the first 6 hours or 5 hours up to Gilman's Point, my legs were so gone, but I'm so thankful for my legs for carrying me here. I'm so thankful for my mind for pushing me, and I'm so thankful for the guides who have helped me get to this point here, because without them it would not be possible. So thank you to William and Joseph for climbing with me. I'm just so happy to have made it. It was really, really, really difficult. Anyway, now it's time to go back down, so here we go. What an amazing journey.
Twaina mamwendo asingeri, twainuka shangilia.